How's everybody doing? This is Center Baby. This is Stand Radio. And it's June 20th. Nope, I'm sorry, it's June 21st. 2019. Just wanted to make a short audio on this. Something that I found a little while back, not too long ago. And thought everybody should know. Thought it was really interesting. Especially because there was talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being in the position she's in because she answered a casting call on a for a congresswoman position, or role rather, and that's how she actually got to be where she's at today, and how she went from being a bartender named Sandy to somebody who has affected our country and our lives so badly. And so there's this app, or URL, website, whatever we call it, Backstage. And I thought, wow, I couldn't believe I came across this, and I thought I was half tempted to actually try to get this gig. Really, I was. Looks like I wrote the time down on it. It expired May 21st of 2019. It's a paid gig for the United Nations International Day of Education and UN Sustainable Development Goals Ambassador. Check that out. Now, the company who apparently posted it was for Select Services Film Incorporated. I've got some names here, blah, blah, blah. They were casting successful 21 to 35-year-olds. They want you to be the UN's International Day of Education and UN Sustainable Development Goals Global Ambassador. It says, join the likes of Adrian Grenier from Entourage, who recently was a UN ambassador for the Oceans Initiative at United Nations. Gee, that's so ironic. And it says, from the award-winning production company that produced panels for Stan Lee. Had most viewed documentary on Amazon Prime in January, to name a few. Anyway, it's a lead role. There will be other roles. It's a 2-year tenure. It says voluntary, but it's also a paid gig. Now think about this. A 2-year tenure. It says you'll be part of... This is where it gets really screwed up. And this is all I needed to see, and I made sure I took pictures of it. I sure did. It says you'll be part of the advisory team, which is comprised of senior UN diplomats and a permanent representative of member states to the UN. Let me just repeat that. You're going to be a part of the advisory team, which is comprised of senior UN diplomats and a permanent representative of member states to the UN. Oh, and you'll also have the title as Chief Delegate and speak at the UN January 24th, 2020, whatever thing they're having. It says there will be 160 delegates in the team, and they're going to be comprised of elected student leaders, young political leaders, celebrities, and entrepreneurs. I mean, seriously? It's literally a casting call. They're playing a role. I mean, honestly, I cannot even believe that this is, legal. I really can't. Blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, I've got to take a picture of that. It's got the rehearsal and the production dates and locations, but they're subject to your schedule, various dates and locations. It says compensation and union contract details. It says international travel, subject to your schedule, is paid for and per diem provided. I mean, seriously? And then it shows a couple of pictures of something that said, New Media Film Festival and Kamikaze. I mean, wow. So, there you go. That's kind of a whole nother big red flag that, the people that are on the stage are really not who's running things, y'all. A lot of us know that. Some of us refuse to know that. And some of the people that refuse to know that is because they're on the payroll too, and they're sellouts to themselves and this country. and the world as a whole in general, really. And so they're sellouts to the human race, really, because they're helping with an agenda that wants to annihilate the human race and commit, mass genocide on all kinds of levels. So, personally, I think that every single one of these people that gets found to be answering these casting calls, or who has answered a casting call, I feel like they should all be jailed, or, honestly, throw them in Gitmo, or, let's let them try out the smart guillotines. I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't understand how all this is going on and nobody is filling up these prisons, with these people. I don't understand how Nancy Pelosi's face is still on the TV, or little Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Seriously, I really don't. Everybody knows she answered a casting call, so what's the deal? Goodness sakes. And then, here on the Craigslist that's local to me here in Kansas, they were looking for FEMA Corps trainees and troops. I mean, you wouldn't even have believed the compensation package on that one. I mean, really. I couldn't. It was awfully tempting. Like I said, I thought about, maybe giving it a shot for both of them, because I thought, well, maybe, if we could get some people who gave a real rat's ass and who really cared, gave them this information, they could go in there and get these positions, and then, kind of do like the left did, and, and these other people did, and infiltrate, get the dirt. But, it's just unreal. I can't even believe some of this stuff. And the more that you think, wow, it just can't get any dumber, it always does. It always does. And, something else that's been a real big deal that, they're kind of downplaying would be this Ebola crisis that's going on over in the Congo. It's going on everywhere. I don't care what they say. That is not, and nor probably has it ever been, contained. United States, first case here was in 2014. It was a kid that, a guy tried to come in the country illegally, and he did. And they said, they're going to screen him, and then they said he had a sinus infection, and they let him go. And you know what? Turned out he had Ebola. Wow. That stuff can live for 10 days outside of somebody's body. You can have it and not even know you're sick for 21 or some odd days. How many people would you come into contact with, right? I mean, just so, not even what, a month ago, maybe if that, a Texas couple traveled to Fiji, mysteriously died, they said, like 2 days later, of just a mysterious illness. No, that wasn't a mysterious illness. That woman, she left a trail, like it was email and messages with her mom. So they were able to tell that these people were already sick before they got there. And it turns out they had Ebola. That's Texas. That's the Midwest. And these people traveled a lot. I got somebody who wants me to take a trip, and I don't do the fly thing, and I'll be damned, I was thinking, I'll get on a plane so I can go talk to this person, hang out, and nah, I don't think I want to, because I just don't think I trust that I wouldn't get, stuck with something like that. I don't have the best of luck sometimes, but I don't think anybody has any luck with that stuff, and it's out of control. It is out of control. And the open borders aren't helping us, and a lot of people are coming right from where these areas are. I know that I think they stopped like 19 people, but like 14 of them had it at some point, like not that long ago. Maybe it was like 2 months ago. I mean, that's just... As a matter of fact, that case, I'm looking at my notes right now, and that case from 2014... looks like the Center for Disease Control newsroom says the health department confirmed the first Ebola case that was diagnosed. It said the guy traveled to Dallas, Texas from Liberia, and he developed symptoms about 4 days after arrival to the U.S. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, we don't know who these people are. We don't know what they have. You know? And then the Center for Disease Control said it's only contagious if a person's experiencing active symptoms. Well, is that right? Well, then that means there's no need to worry. Really? Obviously there is. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I guess, you know, watch out for Ebola. I don't know. Do not know.